how's it going, guys? This is Papa Joe for this week's special edition of the Middle Shop Vlogs. We're celebrating our 2-year anniversary. We're pretty excited because, when we first started this project, it started off really small, but everybody would always tell us, dude, you're going to run out of bands. You're in El Paso, there's not that many bands, you're going to run out. But you know what? We've been going pretty strong, and we're pretty happy about that, man. We do not have a shortage of bands. As a matter of fact, we're booked 3 months solid. So today our special guests are our good friends in Amethyst Blvd.
Yeah, guys. What's up?
Might be familiar with Alan Martinez. We've had the privilege of having Alan guest host our vlogs several times. Earlier this year?
Yeah.
No, it was a year ago.
Around this time.
Yeah, we're doing the Middle Shop Vlogs on the road at Rock House. So Alan's really familiar with our format. He helped us out tremendously for a time when we needed somebody to step up, and he was always there for us. So we're really excited to have him and his new band on our rock project. So if you guys could go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Who goes first? Should we go like this?
I'm random. James. I play percussion in this band.
Bruce, guitar.
Christian, vocals and guitar.
And Alan, bass guitar and backing vocals.
Oh yeah, I think I should mention also that Christian is also a Middle Shop Vlogs alumni. He was here before, about a year and a half ago with one of his former bands, the 1911. We freaking love that band, and we're really pissed off when they broke up. So
I was a little pissed off too, man.
they're good, man. But fast forward to today, and we're pretty excited about Amethyst Blvd, man. I mean, they put off a really good vibe. I don't want to go too much into it because I want to let them go ahead and describe to you all what their sound is like. And let's talk about your influences first.
Chris,
Well, I've always been a huge fan of the whole late 90s metal, Deftones especially. Static X. Lately I've just been really into the whole softer stuff, post-rock type of stuff, like God is an Astronaut, Explosions in the Sky, Whir, Nothing, the list just goes on really. So
I like that playlist, dude. You gotta share that info with us, man.
sure.
Cool.
So James.
Well, my influences like Death Heaven. I'm more metal. Slipknot, Metallica, Under Oath. Blink-182, of course.
That's not metal. Fuck
That's,
that.
there's a lot to
That's metal to James.
That's metal to me, man.
It's metal to me.
Okay, James, so you know what? I want to ask you, man. Were you in other local bands before you were?
Not getting recognized or anything like that. But yeah, I've been around garage bands.
He's been around.
At least, yeah.
You're a session drummer.
Yes.
Session drummer, nice. Okay. What about Bruce?
Pretty much from metal to classical to jazz and blues and stuff like that,
You're all over the spectrum, man.
Yeah, pretty much everything, man. Hip hop, everything.
Yeah, we've actually
Anything that sounds good.
We were able to, Judy and I were able to see Amethyst Blvd when they first started. And they did have a different guitarist who, he's a good friend of ours. He's really cool. And we thought that the first performance we saw them, they're really strong and they were really tight knit. And we also got to see him with Bruce in their lineup last week. As a matter of fact, a week ago. And honestly, I think that they're not skipping a beat, man. They're really strong still, and it's pretty cool, man, that you could just come in and be part of Amethyst Blvd.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so let's learn about a little bit about Alan Martinez.
My influences, it was actually kind of part of how I met this dude. I guess we can go into that too now. But yeah, the same things, same kind of influences when it comes to this guy, Chris. Same thing, Deftones, Seven Dust, and then started getting into This Will Destroy You, that type of stuff. And the way I met this guy was actually when I was guest hosting Middle Shop Vlogs, and we're interviewing your other band. And it was a cool interview. We did this or whatever, and then when we were setting up to do your performance, I started noticing. I was like, damn, is it Crosses, Deftones, Perfect Circle? I was like, man, this guy has pretty cool tattoos. It's kind of the same shit I listen to, right? So then I just kind of took note, and I just kind of started messing, I was like, oh, I got a cool board, and what's that, the guitar, and we
Were you fangirling?
yeah, I was kind of fangirling a little bit.
Sounds like you're a fangirl.
And yeah, man, we clicked.
That was the worst day of my life, might I add.
My life has never been the same since.
Tainted.
No, yes, I took into account like all the stuff, and he was like really into Deftones and stuff. And I'm a promoter as well, so I was actually like doing like a Deftones tribute like in like a few weeks. And I was like, oh, let me get your phone number, man, whatever this and that. So then when I started like coordinating everything, and I was like, hey man, you want to play? And he was just, yeah, for sure, whatever. And then he asked me to be a part of his band. And then he took out his amp and he was like, red Fender amp. And I'm like, huh, all right, cool. So then he's like, and then he took out his guitar and I was like, dude, like check it out, I have a red guitar too. And we're just like, that's weird, okay, whatever. So then he was like, I was like, we're just jamming out. And then I'm taking a look at the string and I'm just like, dude, are those like flat wall strings? He's like, oh yeah, dude, they're like pretty sweet. And I'm just like, dude, I have flat wall strings. And so like, it was like one of those things that's just like, dude, we have to get together and like do something. So that's kind of how this came about. So
It was love at first sight.
Aww. Okay, so that's really sweet. I actually saw that. Okay, so how did James and Bruce come into the picture? Did you guys jam with him before? Or did you know him?
this guy asked for like $5 and we're just like, hey, do you drum?
Craigslist.
Craigslist. Man, seeking man.
$5.
I also drum.
A cigarette together.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Well, Bruce has been a friend of mine since middle school, man. So, me and him were always like taking out our guitars to the park and stuff like that, and just writing stuff, just bullshitting around. And yeah, man, we're still friends to this day.
It's crazy because when we first met Christian, he was a drummer.
Yeah,
So you drum and play guitar.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Cool. And James, like, I don't fall for that $5.
Yeah, you do.
For
Yeah, that's like legitimate. dude.
And a cigarette.
And a cigarette. Cigarette's important. What?
Cigarette,
$5?
tea.
No cigarette, no deal. No.
That drum.
No, actually, I think you might enjoy this story, Joe.
I enjoy all your stories.
You never enjoy my stories. Well, anyways, how I met up with James, right after the 1911 broke up, I've been trying to start like a post-rock, sort of shoegaze sort of band.
So shoegaze.
So shoegaze.
So shoegaze. Is this shoegaze? I don't know.
No, that's not. But, yeah, I was trying to start a band like that back then in 2015 when everybody was going their separate ways. So
Long time ago.
I found him on Craigslist. Good thing I had the $5 and the cigarette. It was perfect. So then we started playing, man. We started playing like a few practices, man, for a few weeks, and then we just kind of disconnected from there. And James had a lot of stuff going on through his life, so we were just like, you know, man, focus on you, no problem, don't worry about it. Then recently on Facebook, at around March or so, I posted on Facebook, hey, is anybody willing to drum? Then, yeah, like always, you get a bunch of likes but no responses, you know what I mean? So
I think I like that post, dude.
Imagine Joel's our drummer.
I think I loved it.
Well, he hearted.
No, but he actually liked the post, and then like 2 minutes later, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, I'm down to drum again." I'm like, "Oh shit, fuck yeah, let's do it then." So yeah, that's how we kind of reunited. You know what I mean?
And then he was all like, "Do you have $5
and a cigarette?"
Or a bush?
No.
So, okay, so like, let's go ahead and put everything together that you guys just described and talk to us about your sound in your own words.
I think Chris kind of like already, like, you know, since earlier he mentioned that he kind of already, like, since 2 years ago, he already had like these ideas floated in his head, like he already had a vibe. And you know, it kind of sucks sometimes as a musician where you just like have something you can't really quite put on paper, but you just have to, like, you know, find the perfect elements. And mainly, like, you know, we just started like at first it was Bruce or even Jacob or James wasn't there, and we were jamming out for like a good maybe like a month, right? And we were just kind of writing. And he was just like, yeah, well, let's, you know, I have this idea, let's see what's up. And I was actually playing guitar. I was gonna be like the second guitar in the band, and we were writing together and this and that, and we're just like, you know, we're doing the arrangements and, like, you know, the composition of like how, you know, chorus and verse and breakdown and whatever this and that. So then I was like, you know what, man, I kind of want to do bass. So I switched to bass, and then we got into the guitars, and then we got a drummer. So I was like, all right, cool. So this is like shaping up now, and so basically just kind of like based on like Chris's ideas, and we just kind of polished it around. And now that we're a full band, we kind of like write cohesively like as a full band. So that's how the writing process goes now. But before it was just kind of like on Chris's ideas, and we just kind of polished them up.
Yeah, I mean the only explanation how I could describe the sound is kind of like a big roller coaster of emotions. You know what I mean? Mainly like very melancholy stuff with very aggressive choruses. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
And they'll say breakdowns, kidding.
No breakdowns. Not yet. We'll get there when we can.
No,
All right, go.
Okay, so I do want to point out that since it's our 2nd year anniversary today, we have a special dude behind camera 2 today. Brother Abner's here again. Dude, we're gonna have you back. We're recording on a Friday night, and like Abner's scheduled up really busy during the week, so he's been on a short hiatus, but at least he's here today with us to celebrate it.
And drinking at Mickey's.
Yeah.
That guy.
I wanted to make sure I said that before I started swearing.
Like
Wu-Tang, man.
Like a thug, bro. Like a thug.
Oh, Wu-Tang, that.
Baby G.
T-H-U-G.
Baby G. Abner Garcia.
That guy will be $50.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about your original music. How long have you guys been a band?
Since what, March, April?
I guess March.
Oh, okay.
Like a full band, like maybe a couple months, 2 months, 3 months. What? My
So what's
God,
the-
We can't remember, dude.
Okay, so what's the situation with the original music? How many originals do you have? Because I see you guys play your set, but how many do you have as far as like a count?
It's got 4.
4 strong songs that you include in every set.
Actually 3. 3 songs that we include in every set. The 4th one is brand new, which we're gonna play to you guys tonight.
Nice.
But yeah, 4 altogether.
So how many songs do you normally play like in the set? Like last week we saw you at Monarch. How many songs did you play?
We play.
Oh, but you guys always include a cover.
Yeah, we do cover. Yeah, and then I guess the thing is like, we those 3 have been solid for a while, and then we kind of, I mean honestly we hit the ground running, and so like we got like dove into like ever since our first show, it was like a show after show after show. So like we do practice and stuff, but we just kind of like want to concentrate, sound, make those 3 songs sound like really good. So we kind of like put like writing new music on the back burner. But yeah, like Chris just kind of came up with a riff, and we were just like, oh, let's just work around it. And the new one, the only reason we didn't really like play the new one is because like we're just like, yeah, we're still kind of getting used to the structure and everything, and it's not like show ready. But we'll go ahead and do it pretty soon. But yeah, we have 4 originals, and 3 of them are solid. And the 4th one is getting solid, and I'm pretty sure it's already solid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And so like how long has Bruce been in the band?
Shit.
Month and a half.
Month and a half. Cool.
Month and a half.
That's crazy because like Judy and I like have been over to Ellen's house a couple of Fridays, and like we drink beer with them, and like all these dudes are there. It's cool, man. And then like Ellen's house is haunted. Ellen's house is haunted, right? So like when you drink in his house, you gotta pee. You gotta like fucking run into the restroom real quick.
Squeeze that shit out real quick.
And then like just like pretend that you don't hear any little noise because dude, like it's kind of like I'm
Oh
like
my god, dude.
there's stories, man. There's stories. You too?
Yeah. This is,
Like normally I'll stand there and I'll put my hand on the wall and shit and take my time, but
To this
not Ellen's
day,
house.
this is one shake.
to this day, man, I always have to have someone go down there with me, man, because it's freaky as hell. There was this one time where I went downstairs to get the rest of the beers because you can't leave no man behind, you know what I'm saying? So, I go downstairs.
10-7.
I go downstairs where we practice. I'm by myself, and then all of a sudden the door just shuts, and I go get the beers and I run off. I was like, no, who that? Who that?
You're alone all by yourself, and all of a sudden you hear this. We named the ghost Nacho, just, you know, 'cause
Nacho.
fast.
Okay, so how much of that is recorded? Or is it in the process of being recorded?
It's in the
Or are
process
there
of
plans
being
to record
recorded.
it?
Yeah, right now we're recording at a Safe House Studio, and the thing is that we're in the process of recording. We've, the 4 songs that we've already put down, the drums are already like, you know, they're good to go, so now it's time to like, add the guitars, and once the guitars are down, like bass, and once the bass down, like vocals, so it's like, it's a process.
Yeah, you know how recording is, man. It takes time.
But yeah,
Who are you guys recording with?
With
Safe House.
David?
David.
David.
Demo?
Demo.
Cool.
Demo!
Demo.
It's a shit. It's a shit. Shit. Don't drink to that.
But yeah, it's a process, I mean, recording is a process, man.
Okay, so when do we expect those recordings to be released? Or at least to hear them?
Well, the first one we're doing, it's
You gotta look at Judy's there, man, because she's like my inner voice saying, don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't do it.
Okay, so when can we hear expect those songs?
No,
Songs. The one thing we all talked about while we were recording is we don't want the record to sound rushed.
or like Rush.
Or no. Like no. I can't sing no Geddy Lee shit, dude. It's just like
No.
I still have my balls, dude. It's just like it's difficult, you know. Nobody's grabbing onto my balls while I'm on stage. And
Grew up with
I
Rush,
can't
man.
sing
Shit, that was my
like that.
shit. I saw him in 94.
I can't sing like
I saw
that.
him in 84. No Signals tour.
Oh, dude, Neil Peart is my.
Golden Earring open for them. It's like one of the best shows of my life, dude. Okay, I'm sorry.
What was I saying?
Yeah, what was I saying?
Squirrel!
What was I saying, bro?
I'm talking about you don't want to.
Rushed.
Oh yeah. We don't want it rushed, man. If anything, the latest, we'll probably have it out by May-ish. The EP.
May-ish.
Yeah, but
May?
May.
Dude, that's like, it's like fucking 7 months from now.
Hey, we're teens, bro. We're teens.
Oh, hey, right, you don't want to have it sound.
But before the
Alright, to me, like a fan, I'm like, oh, I gotta wait that long.
no.
Hey, how do you think I feel, man? I'm a Tool fan.
I know,
I've been waiting for 10 plus years.
I don't like to stop me. I just like, dude, I'm never being trying to put shit out every year. So.
No, the thing is like, before the full EP, we're actually like concentrating on doing a single. So like, you know, to hold you over, Joe, from here to like whenever we release the EP, which is looking like May, but we're gonna go ahead and release a single within, I don't wanna say like a specific date, but it's within like the next couple of months, you know, because like you need to record all this stuff, mix, master, that takes, you know, time and work, so.
So,
figure it out.
so, like, what do you guys write about?
Oh, that's all you, man. I don't even know. I'm in the band. I don't even know.
You're sure?
That's right.
I think the drum.
For the lyrics, I never got them.
Lyrics are the mail, I don't know, man. The snail mail.
I don't know, man. I just write stuff, dude. Like sometimes I even observe people that are walking and just like kind of like picturing how they are, like
Is
how
song
their
number 2
life
about you?
is. Huh?
Song number 2 is it about me or?
Don't tell him.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, actually, one song is about sex because
You were observed. Okay,
I'm a sex addict. Alan.
What?
Apples two in the middle.
all the way over here, man.
I mean,
Not that this ain't.
no, man. It's just
Who needs a time machine?
just whenever the mood strikes. You know what I mean? Like however I feel that day.
Nice.
There's a few days where I just don't feel like writing anything. Others where I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the same way, like, if I don't feel like working on my picture, like, I won't, like, put them away, man.
mhm.
I
Sometimes
have to be in the mood.
Yeah.
I don't feel like working sometimes, so I just, you know,
True.
don't show up.
But I always start talking, Cool. Okay, so on that note, I'm pretty excited about hearing your stuff in May on Spotify and iTunes and all the other online music platforms.
They'll be on there.
We've always hit our mark and followed through with what we said we're gonna do.
And also, like, these guys have merch, they have t-shirts, they're really cool. Hit them up and get some from them, man. I'm excited to see your album art also, because like, you guys are pretty creative, man. We already have like a t-shirt and a button and a sticker. We just need an EP, man.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because every time after we practice, like, we only practice for a couple of hours, and then the rest of the time, we just talk about, hey, what's the plan? What are we gonna do to this day, to that day? What's gonna happen next month? What should we do next month? Like, how are we gonna plan this whole, like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's something that I've never had with any other band, man. We actually communicate and actually, like,
It's like progress.
get shit done, you know what I mean?
And see, that's the thing, like, that's the thing, because we're all kind of on the same page, and we're all like, you know, we're all like, we want the same thing, obviously. You know? I mean, every band kind of wants, you know, maybe sometimes like there's people who are, like, aren't like as into it as like others or whatever, and that's why bands fail. But yeah, actually, this is the first band where, like, you know, after practice we actually, you know, other than like we talk a lot of shit, we like say all sorts of stupid stuff, but we're like, all right, man, so we're here, all right, we got this show booked, and then we're gonna, you know, use this money for this, and we plan everything out, man. We're all and so far, like James said, everything we've already kind of, you know, set our minds to.
Yeah, man.
We said we're gonna do, we're already there, or even like perhaps beyond there. Yeah. So I mean, we're hitting our marks.
Nice. So you guys be sure and be on the lookout for their recorded EP in May 2018. Cinco de Mayo, we'll have another vlog.
Hell yeah,
Have
that's
some
good.
tacos. Oh my God!
Wait, hold on.
You guys are
Tacos or the glitter tacos?
No.
Hey, bro, those guys can party, man.
want to point out the fact that we have a special guest in the audience today, Mr. Javier Martinez.
I gotta owe me more money.
I love your porn stash.
I have the privilege of having Javier.
It's
Let's go,
hot.
so vlog.
I love it.
And as a matter of fact, you know, one of the first things that actually piqued my interest with interviewing people was the time about, I guess about 2.5 years ago when Javier invited us to be on his Chico Underground, and that was pretty cool for me, man. I mean, that was really like my first experience being interviewed and talking about the stuff that Judy and I love to do. So that kind of like springboarded us into, I guess, what we're doing now for the Mill Shop Vlogs. So, wanna say cheers to Javier.
Cheers. All y'all.
Javier, we love you, man.
Chuco Underground,
Crazy
man.
guys. What's wrong with you?
Woo!
Yeah, dude.
Was I ever in Chico? I wasn't, huh? No.
Yes.
Was I?
Yeah.
I remember, were they drunk?
Paranormal.
Oh, shit, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, oh, and speaking of that, Alan's also involved with Rips.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that later. That's okay.
Yeah, just wanted to touch on that.
Well, yeah, let's
We'll
touch
talk about that later, okay.
Yeah, let's touch everything.
So, segment 3, we always talk about Judy and I's favorite topic, shows. So far, our show count for 2017 is 88. We've been to 88 shows, man. Okay, if you could do like 1/8 of that, you're good, man, in
Yeah.
1 year. So, I mean, I don't know, like I've talked about it before quite a bit on our blog project as far as how we love going to shows and how we have, like, we're lucky, man. Like, we have friends there and stuff we get to hang out with and talk, and we're happy to see them. And that's how you make connections, man. If you're a musician in El Paso, a young musician especially, go to a show, you never know who you're gonna meet and talk to. You might find friends that you can start a band with. So if you've been thinking about going to shows, do it, man. It's just something that we love to do. So let's go ahead and talk about shows as far as Amethyst Boulevard. Where have you guys played as far as El Paso venues?
Okay, so we played a Mama Crew. We played alright, so we played Love Buzz, well, Neon Rose now, it's Neon Rose. Actually, our debut, that's a whole nother story, our debut show. Yikes, okay, so Love Buzz, our debut show.
I don't even get
Nah, it's good though. Off camera, we'll figure it out. Okay, so Love Buzz, Neon Rose, The Perch, you helped us out with that one, that was awesome. I love
That was awesome, man. That was a great show.
I love playing there because like everybody like pays attention to you, like everybody's just like,
Yeah, it's very intimate.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
intimate.
It's crazy how the way that venue's set up, like all your focus is
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
don't know if it's an awkward column that's like covering
Yeah.
the stage, but everybody's paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. It's good.
And then we've done Lobra. We've done Lobra as well, which we don't remember playing.
Apparently they play Lobra.
Apparently we played Lobra. Do you guys remember playing Lobra? I don't fucking remember playing Lobra.
I was there. I left some of my shit there.
No, by the way, we still have yet to pick up our rug from the Lowbrow show in August.
Since what?
Christian Yanez, if it's there still, we're coming for it. Maybe.
We just keep on forgetting.
We'll
man.
get there
We
eventually.
could buy a new one, but I want that one.
That one has a mark.
That smells like a cat.
I know, right? It smells like home. And then we've also played this little show in a little town called Hobbs, New Mexico.
Ooh, okay, let's save that one for the end of this segment.
All right, we'll do
Okay,
that.
so what are some venues that you would like to play as far as like El Paso or maybe away from El Paso?
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, like Jackie Chan. I always wanted to play Madison Square Garden. I always wanted to go to Madison Square. Okay, no, but like for real, like, what could you go and play?
I'd like to play in the Pacific Northwest, man. I hear a lot of good shit over there, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen this popping good.
Yeah.
And then like the shoegaze type stuff. That's like it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there, really, really good, man.
Yeah, and then we're already like planning on like touring. You know, do like little weekend shows like here and there. Like go to Marfa and like Roswell and maybe hit up like San Antonio or Austin or whatever. Do like a little Texas tour. We're already kind of planning it. Like those little conversations that we have after the practice, we were already planning it. So yeah, we want to branch out and we want to branch out to like Phoenix and maybe in California.
Cool.
So,
And speaking of Roswell,
Everywhere, man, really.
speaking of Roswell, I noticed that Matt Garcia, like he subscribed to our YouTube channel today, so hey, man,
oh, yeah.
be on the lookout for
What's up, man?
Amethyst Boulevard,
What's up?
Matt Garcia and Roswell. Yeah.
The aliens, man, they'll get you.
Yeah, they're always on the lookout for El Paso bands to travel to Roswell and open for touring bands. And you guys would be awesome, man.
What's up, man?
Bobby Garcia and Matt. Cool. Okay, so as far as like promoters who help you get on shows and stuff.
Oh man, there's like so many. Oh my god, there's so many. There's this dude named Alan
Martinez.
and Alan because he spit hot fire.
There's Alan, Mr. Martinez, Mr. As the City Sleeps,
Mr.
Hit Up Promotions,
Mr. You'll Be the Moon, Mr. I'll Be
Mr. I'll Be the
the
Stars. I'm sorry, man. I always tease Alan about
It's all good, man. It's all good. Those are pretty lyrics. No, but basically, like since I'm a promoter and I have a very good relationship with like the bar managers and owners and stuff like that. Since the beginning, I kind of like book the majority of our shows and like they're pretty good venues. You know what I mean? And we get good deals and we always make sure since they're our shows, we always make sure that we kind of.
Oh yeah, man. Especially, I mean, the main venue that I love to death, man, it would be Love Buzz, straight up. Love Buzz is my favorite. Like every time we play there, man, it's always a good show, dude. It doesn't matter what day.
That was that first show.
Yeah.
It was still a great show.
Last Saturday we had a show there. I had a show with my friend Adam with DNA. And we had such a blast, man. The whole night was awesome. Like, we're just surrounded by friends. And, dude, the fucking tortas they had back there, that little food
Oh my god, dude.
That was like the torta of my...
The steak tortas, bro?
No.
Yes.
There's this one called there's one called the fat pig. Have you tried the fat pig?
Jazz fingers.
Dude, I'll buy you a fat pig one of these days. Jesus Christ. But I mean, yeah, I agree with Chris. I love Love Buzz. Anyway, I love Buzz due to the fact that it's a cool venue due to the fact that it's like really intimate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there could be like 15 people there, and they're like kind of like right in front of you. And, like, dude, yeah. And it's always cool. Like you vibe with the crowd vibes with you. Like it's an amazing feeling, you know.
Cool. Okay, so real quickly, the last two questions. What are some of your show pet peeves?
You can get shit faced and don't remember the show.
Okay, how about some that are out of your control?
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Like,
out of our control.
Beer glasses being thrown at you, like that's one. Sure.
I hate when that happens.
Cracked windows.
Nah, I mean, no.
Well, no, but you know,
That's just uncalled for.
Yes.
who breaks back windows?
Oh.
I've said too much already. You know what? One of my show pet peeves is like people who play and right after they play they leave. Like, don't do that.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. A lot. I know you're sarcasm. I know.
Dude, trust me,
that guy.
man. Like, you know, you see Judy and I at shows, and like we're with our cameras and shit, but we see everything that happens. Not because we're fucking nosy and or anything, but
Everything plays
we
out.
see it a lot, and that's why it stands out to us, because we see it, man. There's a lot of show etiquette, you know, like people are there to watch you, so stay and watch them, just out of courtesy, man.
It's a musician's courtesy, man. And then, like,
Exactly.
And even then, like whenever I do shows, I never put the set times. Like, hey, what time is this band playing? Show starts at 8. Hey, what time is this band playing? Show starts at 8. That's all I tell them because, like, just be courteous and like, you're in the show. Stay for the whole show.
Yeah, there's sometimes, okay, you gotta leave because, like, for whatever reason, that's
But
understandable.
don't do it every.
But honestly, like, in El Paso, a lot of times, like, 50 to 75% of the crowd are the dudes in bands. And that's the brutal honesty about shows in El Paso. So when somebody leaves, you can tell because it's the dude in the band. So stay, man. You know, I know dude, there's no reason to leave early. I know, because I go to work early too, but we stay. So just stay, man. It's not that hard.
That's my main thing.
Um,
What do you guys got?
For me, I really don't care about anything. To be honest, to be honest, like, if dudes leave, that's fine, whatever. I don't care how many people are on the stage, as long as there's one person that really cares about it, you know what I mean? That's all that matters to me. I really don't care if you like dip out, whatever. Honestly, I'll see you later on, or if I know you or whatever. I don't care, man. I really don't. I just like playing in front of everybody, like as many people as there is, man.
What about Bruce? Bruce hasn't said anything. Bruce is like quiet.
Same, man, I don't really have any. We just go and play.
Yeah.
For me, it's I appreciate everybody that goes out to our shows. I've seen you guys at our show. For me, it's more about our fans, our friends, our family that have gone and supported us. So new people, even new people I've met, it's just so amazing. Like, they're into the scene. They're into like you said, we go out to their shows. You expect to stay out late. We have work tomorrow. Yeah, we're still gonna go to our jobs, and we're still gonna have a good time tonight. That's what's important to me. Making time for all that stuff. That's special to me. That's what I get out of it.
Cool, so let's go ahead and go into crazy show story you guys have.
What?
Alright, so as we kind of touched up earlier, we booked this show in New Mexico, and it was, at first it was like cool, great time, man. Honestly, 95% of the whole trip was positive, man. We had a great time. We talked shit and we broed it up like on the way over there. We stopped by Carlsbad Caverns, which me and Bruce have been to. Bruce, woo, these guys were like whatever. It was fun, man. So the drive over there was cool. We're partying up in a hotel, this and that, whatever. We get to the venue, the guy seems cool and all that stuff or whatever. And coincidentally, it was the same date as was it the Mayweather?
The Mayweather
McGregor fight. So yeah, whatever. So everything was fine, and then we get to the actual us playing and stuff, and then the promoter, charging $5 per person to watch the field. They're gonna put it up because you got everything squared away, right?
Okay, so what did the event page on the flyer say? Was there a free show? Or?
It was a free show. There was like five or six bands, and 3 of them dropped.
Yeah, 3 of them dropped off.
Were they all out of town back, or were they back from
Arizona? They came down from Arizona. Everybody.
Did they play?
Scylla was there right after us.
Yeah, they were local too.
The guys at Scylla are.
Those guys are two dudes. Those guys are cool fucking dudes.
They had a camper.
Did they play there? Yeah, Scylla has played here. They played back there, man.
Yeah, they're cool.
Those guys are awesome.
They're friends of ours. We saw them last week. They opened for Miss Van.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the
Tricky Falls, not Tricky Falls.
Oh, the Tricky Falls.
That was a big show, man.
It's
There
so
was Miss
confusing,
Van
man. The Arch,
and
Tricky Falls,
Capsize and Iceland Kills and this fucking badass band from New Jersey called Lorna Shore, and I was so glad that we got to see them. They're fucking brutal.
They came here with Black Dahlia the last
Yeah.
time. That was shit.
Oh shit, James knows some shit.
Okay, so I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, let's go fuck it though.
Fucking
So we get there, the promoter who's he's supposed to have everything under control and kind of have already everything what's supposed to set up and everything ready to go. He was supposed to show the fights. He was charging for people $5 for the door and stuff, and then so everything just kind of was a big clusterfuck. The PA wouldn't stop, wouldn't work. So then they had the guy that was charging was at the door, right? He was the door guy, right? He was the one kind of fucking with the PA. It was not really
He was the sound guy.
Yeah, he was
sound guy.
Yeah, they didn't have a sound guy, and the thing that and then he couldn't get the fight on, so a lot of people left, and they didn't get the money back. It was just a big thing. And what pissed us off the most, and whatever, the Chris was saying, circumstance, whatever. If there's 2 people there, 1 person's there, we play our hearts out. It doesn't matter. We wouldn't give a fuck. But what pissed us off was the fact that they just kind of left us hanging. We were playing and stuff, and then the mic obviously wasn't working, and there was nobody came up to a rescue. There was nobody. They just kind of left us out to the wolves, and that pissed us off. We're just really, man, you're supposed to have this everything, have a sound guy or have somebody taking care of any of that shit, and now they were just yeah, whatever.
But you guys kept playing though, right?
Yeah, we kept playing. We did a.
I was pissed off, but I kept playing.
We finished our set.
Yeah, we finished our set, and even actually, and the thing is that what pissed added salt to the wound already was that see, Chris is a sound engineer, and he was fixing it. You know what I mean? And he there was nobody out there, and he had to try to try to troubleshoot and all this stuff, and And everybody else was just kind of like, doing the little music interlude with all this stuff, so it wouldn't be silence, and it was like really awkward. And then what happened? Like, it was like, it started smelling, or?
Yeah, I was like,
Well, actually, what happened? We were started setting up, and then I smelled burnt electronics, and I'm like, that's weird. So, the door guy.
No, it's the sound guy.
Sorry.
There's a sound
He-
guy.
he had-
Security.
dude, that guy has so many profiles.
Okay, it's like a hook hand, dude.
He was the creepy guy too. Shit.
Yeah, man. So as soon as we started setting up, I smelled burnt electronics. I'm like, something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. And this dude is trying to plug in the mic, trying to make it work. And I told him, I was like, hey man, let me help you out real quick. Let me help you out. So I tried to troubleshoot it. He had the speakers in completely different places where they were supposed to be.
Oh, was it like in and out? Like the main ones were in the outs,
Yeah.
and the outs were in the ins?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, shout out to A&R for teaching me all this stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby.
Bobby Lozano.
Bobby! But yeah, I troubleshooted it. It was working for like first song, and then it gave up. And then I look around, and the guy's not there. He's inside, dicking around, you know what I mean? And nothing, man. So I was left with trying to troubleshoot everything, and didn't get it working. So I was pissed off that whole night, just leaving us there.
So then I was just like, let's just fucking play, and like, just do like instrumental, fuck it, whatever. You're crazy.
So let's go to the good part. Like, where they
Okay, yeah, long story short, we still made money that night, we still made fans that night, we still made new friends, we still got drunk.
But because
We still got money, yeah, we still had a good time.
and Chris's mom fucking beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, hey, yeah,
Holy
but
shit.
that was hard, you know what, hey,
But before,
We got blamed for the.
no, okay, so the thing is like, it was all good, but the thing is like, after we finished playing, we just like immediately like just took everything down, we're like so pissed, and we're just like, and we're all like, put everything in the car, and we're like, you know what, man, like let's just, I was like, we need some beer, man, so we went to this corner store, right?
Yeah.
So we went to this corner store, we just like walked over there, it was like, not much of a distance, and by the time we were coming back,
Quarter mile.
yeah, whatever. By the time we were coming back, we get the beer, we're coming back to the venue and stuff, so we can get, paid or whatever for our travels. Chris gets a call from his mom, and his mom basically saying like, these guys are gonna like call the cops because like they're saying that you fucked up the system, and that they're gonna blame you, and then you guys are gonna get have to like pay for all this shit. And we're just like, whoa, what? So yeah, so Chris kind of like had to like smooth things out.
And
I mean, honestly, that's like the craziest show story that we've had.
Yeah, man.
no,
And you know, we've never been to a show in Hobbs, so we don't even know who the promoter is in Hobbs. So, hey man, if you're the promoter in Hobbs, dude, get it together, man. Come on. You want out-of-town bands to come to play in your little town? Because Hobbs is a small town. At least have the accommodations, the very bare minimum that they need to put on a show for you, man. It's not that much to ask for.
people are good, it was just a bad experience.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and move on to your social media. Where can people find you?
Facebook.
Right here.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We don't have a Twitter, right? No, we don't.
So how do people reach you to get a booking?
Oh, Facebook, we always reply within a few minutes, man. We're always on our phones, like even when I'm at work, I'm on my phone. So,
I don't know how we do our job.
What about
How do you keep our jobs?
like you say selling
That's about 30 minutes.
30
30,
minutes.
45 minutes.
yeah, 30, 40.
Depends on.
Okay, and briefly, any advice you would give to a young musician?
Don't go to Hobbs.
Stay in school.
Go to Hobbs. Go to Roswell. Go to Roswell. Skip Hobbs.
Play at the Unity Center in Roswell.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about how.
it, yes! I mean,
Practice.
my
That's the
advice,
best advice I've ever
exactly, my advice would be, follow your ear, really. If something sounds good to you, it's something special, man, so keep on going.
Yeah, like, don't get frustrated because like I know I kind of work with like some people that are kind of really starting out or whatever, and they get really frustrated. And we've all, as musicians, we've all been there. We're just like, I can't do this,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna, I'm not gonna get any good. And just like, dude, like just pace yourself, man. Just be like, it doesn't, you're not gonna like, be Eddie Van Halen and like, from one night to the next, so like.
Just because you can play Eruption doesn't mean you're.
Yeah, just because you're like, come on. But yeah, just basically like practice, be patient, and like just get there, man. You'll get there eventually.
Like, hone your craft. Javier. I think Javier said
No, he said here's some vanilla.
Okay, and how about any shout-outs?
Oh man, I have a lot.
Go first.
Hobbs. Shout out to Hobbs.
Hobbs,
You guys are great people. I love you guys.
Can't wait to go back again.
What's that?
I'll pass it love you, Hobbs.
Yes.
We love you, Hobbs.
We love you, Hobbs.
I mean, Calvin and Hobbs, that comic. I fucking love
Yeah,
that.
by the way, actually, like,
We love the holiday.
Dude,
in
Calvin and Hobbs.
The holiday was the tip.
oh my god, it was unscrambled. It was like full access.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I was asleep.
You guys were asleep.
Shout out to Nacho.
Shout out to Nacho.
Nacho.
Ghost.
Nacho.
Shout out to Jorge, George Montenegro from Love Buzz. He's kind of become like a good friend of mine, and he always hooks it up.
Cool dude, man.
And who else? Oh, shout out to Christian Yanez hooking us up with Lowbrow. We don't remember that show, but apparently it was good.
Yeah. By the way, Yanez, we still need to hit you up with that to pick up our drum rug.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're gonna do it, but yeah, we'll get
Maybe
there.
tonight. We'll figure it out.
Maybe.
No, he's in Austin, I think, 2 nights.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Let's go now.
He's an ACL.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to you, man. You got us.
Judy.
Shout out.
Judy.
Shout out to Judy.
Oh God, guys. Okay, U10 minor hockey. I love my brother. I love the hockey team. The foreigners are the shit. You guys can party. Those are the people I love. My friends, my family, all you guys. I wouldn't be doing this. You guys support all of this, so I mean, I keep going because you tell me to, and I love it.
Hey, and also, I want to give a shout out to Alan. Like, he does so much, man. He does the Loteria nights, where if you win, you get like tacos or tequila. He does the Midnight Bazaar. He does a bunch of shows there at Love Buzz. Like, always working on something, man. I'm always working on something for the good of the music scene, and also to keep people interested in it, and get people to come out and do stuff.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the numbers for the next Midnight Bazaar?
Yeah, dude, we're talking about that.
Dude, yeah, it's like 1,400 people. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, I'm scared.
And also, as always, shout out to Mama Judy for her hard work on the cameras. And also, a special shout out to Abner again, man. Dude, look at him.
Jesus! No one can stand and not do anything.
He's like, no.
Shouts out to Brooklyn Zoo.
live at the Rapid Fire.
I remember.
Okay, in honor of the 2-year anniversary, I'm gonna ask him 10 questions.
Oh, shit.
So you guys better get ready.
Alright, dude.
They have like a
Honest answers?
to answer my question. So here we go. You guys cannot,
Yeah, I'm fucking
do it. You guys cannot sit on it.
Alright, what?
Well, you want us to sit on it afterwards. Okay, so here's our first question, and everybody can answer, okay? What was your first concert?
Jose.
Becoming the archetype.
Oscar Chavez.
Chris?
Tool.
Cool, okay. Okay, what t-shirt design would you like to do for your band, but you're afraid of getting backlash if you do?
Titties.
Guys?
I was gonna say titties too.
Titties.
I mean, they're beautiful.
Titties.
Okay.
Titties.
Okay,
We love titties.
social media wise, are you a troll or do you find yourself normally getting
I'm a troll. You're a troll, man.
Don't let the big troll. I don't know how I have a job. Like that's all I do all
You're
day.
king troll, dude. You're
I'm
a king troll.
Jesus
You
Christ.
should be in that movie troll.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, so what kind of a kid were you?
I was a troublemaker, man. I was always in the office.
I was a really shy and quiet, kept to myself.
Reserved troublemaker. For sure.
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure?
Not porn.
The Backstreet Boys.
What?
I fucks with that shit. I fucks with Backstreet Boys.
Anul?
I don't know what the fuck.
Salinas?
Okay.
No, mine is Spice Girls. Spice Girls.
Do you get your freak on?
Fuck yeah, everyone gets a freak on.
Okay,
About 6 times a week.
what would you do immediately if they announced the nuclear bomb was headed our way?
Go to Juarez.
I'll drop acid.
Do they kill people? Why is it wrong, man?
I know, right?
Drop acid.
They drop acid. I'll drop acid. So fuck it.
Drop for drop.
I don't know, dude.
Chris?
I'd overdose on alcohol. I'd get alcohol poisoning.
James?
Damn.
With what the fuck?
Dude, I was
hand sanitizer?
Dude, no.
I'm gonna go to the store.
Okay, no, I would go and run to the last live of my life.
Okay, cool. Oh, why don't you should say that? Do you run fast?
No.
That was my question.
Fast runner.
I'm asking that because when I was a kid, I fucking hated those kids who ran fast because we played like Smear the Queer and we did and that shit just
I was
sucked.
on it first.
And then like sometimes out of the week I would run fast. I was like, fuck you motherfuckers.
Dude, when I was a kid,
Okay.
I would run fast, but like now, I'm just like, I haven't ran in like 5 years.
Okay, how many wings can you eat in one sitting?
15.
10.
How much you got?
That sounds like a challenge, dude.
Okay, do you shy away from a fight?
No.
Nope.
I almost got
If
arrested.
it can be avoided, it'll be avoided.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last question, are you a good dancer?
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Watch Cumbias.
That's my wife.
What?
Okay, cool, man. So,
Yay! We
you
survived!
guys survived the rapid fire. Is there anything else that you guys want to add to the vlog? This is your vlog, so this is your chance to
We
get it all
got.
out, man.
Okay, so the thing is, so other than having the EP coming out, hopefully soon, we won't rush it. We want to make sure it sounds really good for you guys. You know what's funny? Here's a funny story. Like our very first show was at Love Buzz, and the second show was at the Perch, and you helped with that. And who was the
I can't remember when you guys
that
had
bear? It was Bear. Actually, the,
Wolf and
Wolf and Bear. So we were opening for Wolf and Bear, and we were just like right before them. And right after we finished our set, they were like, "Oh my god, you guys are really good." I was like, well, "Where can we hear you? You got Spotify? You got a CD?" We're just like, "Dude, this is literally our second show." And they're just like, "No." We're like, "No, seriously. We just had a show last week, and this is literally our second show." So they've been since our second show, they've been asking for material, like, recording work. So other than like it, getting on your hands like soon, hopefully, we don't want to rush it. We want to make sure it sounds good. We do have. It's kind of a big 20th. We're gonna play at Neon Rose.
Neon Rose.
It's gonna be his birthday, so like buy him a shot or some shit. I don't know, whatever.
And a cigarette.
And a cigarette, $5.
$5.
Some tacos.
Some tacos, whatever. And then we also have one November 11th at Love Buzz. And
Yeah, that's gonna be the next DNA and Papa Me photography
Papa Me.
showcase, and we're pretty excited to have them play along with painting promises from Albuquerque, so it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Dude, they had like 4,000 likes on it.
Dude, they're big. I mean, I did pay before. It was awesome, man.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't get you guys any shitty shows.
Exactly.
Okay, I think that I'm gonna blast hanging out with you
Oh,
guys.
yeah, man.
Cheerio,
See you
man.
guys coming down.
2 years!
2 years.
I don't know, was it a semi-drunken one? Was it a drunk one?
Hey, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. I guess.
We can do a second take after we're drunk.
After we're drunk, we'll do the whole thing.
It'll be the lost tapes.
Okay, and also we want to thank you, our audience, for tuning in to us for 2 years, man. That's crazy. Like Judy and I started off with a very small idea of a project to showcase El Paso bands. We've done so many, and we appreciate every single musician who's been on our blog. For a while, we were doing businesses and artists, and we appreciate you all too. We're back and refocused on bands only, and we want to thank every band who's been here, man. You all mean so much to us. You guys are like family to us. We love all of you guys, and we look forward to, like, who knows how long this is going to go on, man. I mean, we love it. We love doing it. We love having you guys at our show. We open our front door to our home to you guys. So we look forward to seeing anybody who hasn't been on it.
Keep it
us up,
going.
man.
Keep it
Our
going.
theme has always been, hit us up if you guys want to do it. Remember, we were the first in El Paso to say, hit us up. And with that, thank you to
drink
this
to that.
board. Thank you to Mama Judy.
Always.
Always so good with her trigger finger. And a big thank you to Abner Garcia for coming back and being here with us for our
Big G.
And we'll see you guys next time on the Metal Saw Vlogs.
Yeah, get it!